1-0, a result that echoes our September nightmare. Arne Slot's 100th game in charge wasn't a celebration, it was a tactical autopsy. We went to Istanbul knowing exactly what was coming, and yet we looked completely unprepared for that. And we didn't know how to handle it. So, yeah, a like on this video would really be appreciated. And a subscribe if you haven't yet. We are growing something special in this community. Now, let's talk about the tactics. 7 minutes in and we're down. Another goal conceded from a corner. And I think that's something like 10 now this season. 10. You know, it's a fundamental lack of organization that at this level is frankly unforgivable. And we allowed a simple flick on to find Lamina completely unmarked. And that's not atmosphere. That's a failure of basic marking structures and concentration. And the biggest issue for me, personally, is that selection. Friday night, we saw a glimpse of what this team should look like. Curtis Jones, Andy Robertson and Rio Ngumoha were absolutely electric. They had that tactical discipline, that intensity and the chemistry to break teams down. And yet, last night, they sat there glued to the bench. See, this is the fatal flaw in Arne Slot's tenure. He talks about this new dimension and this rotating the squad, but he consistently refuses to reward form. And when you have players who prove that they can thrive under pressure and you leave them on the bench, especially for what is potentially a knockout tie, you aren't managing meritocracy. You're managing on reputation and just rigid stubbornness. We looked slow, we looked disjointed, and our build-up was predictably lateral because we lacked that dynamism that Ngumoha and Jones provide in those pockets of space. And we were crying out for Robertson's progressive delivery earlier on in that match, and yet he only saw the pitch when the game was already slipping away. And when VAR chalked off that Konate handball, you just simply knew, it was one of those nights. But it also saved us in moments, and that's the only thing that really saved us from total collapse. That and the fact that, we're relying on VAR and Mamardashvili's heroics to keep us in a tie against Galatasaray. That's an indictment on the manager's approach. Anfield is a different beast, yes. But if Slot doesn't start trusting the players who are actually performing, if he doesn't stop punishing the players who showed up on Friday night, we are looking at an exit in the next match. Here at Red Tactics, we analyze the why. And last night, the why was simple. We were outfought, we were outthought, and we are managed by a man who refuses to pick his strongest 11.